Hello and a very warm welcome to today's Fieldcode Webinar. My name is Verena and I have the pleasure to be your host today. And today we will discover how to empower your field service team to navigate through their day-to-day challenges really effortlessly, and how Fieldcode approach leads then to guided efficiency. So let's have a brief look on today's agenda. First, we will shed some light on the specific pain points while discovering Fieldcode's cutting edge solutions, tackling those challenges. Then you will experience our Fieldcode Mobile App solution through a demonstration of our features. And then I will be happy to share a real world HVAC success story demonstrating the possible KPI improvements, external, internal, with using Fieldcode. During the presentation, feel very free to raise any questions or remarks. On the right-hand side, you will find a chat box. There you can raise your question, and then at the end of this presentation, we will have enough time to answer any of your questions. Great. So let's dive right into challenges and solutions. So the field service operation within an HVAC company is naturally very complex. You have multiple customers with multiple contracts, different kind of assets you need to support, different service level agreements, and this all makes scheduling and dispatching, as well as all operational processes, very diverse and also demanding. Then naturally, when dealing with different client types and a complex delivery setup, clean communication is always a big time consumer, but also a big pain point. And then the more manual tasks you have in your operation, you have more risk of failure. Plus, naturally, HVAC is a very season-driven industry, which makes it very difficult to cope with peaks. So luckily, we have a solution for these HVAC challenges. And this is our Fieldcode features. So let's have a deeper look into all of those challenges, into all of your challenges and our solutions. As an HVAC company, you have normally a diverse team across several cities and countries. And you have some of your team is partners, contractors, some of your team is permanent resources. Also, you have different kind of assets. They require different knowledge and also different spare parts. And your clients have different contracts. Plus, HVAC support naturally comes with strict service level agreements. Here, the Fieldcode intelligence and automated dispatching will support you greatly because you can configure your requirements, adjust the scheduling towards your goals. And then our smart algorithm will do all these difficult decisions for you. So you can automate your dispatching process and improve the engineer utilization and also optimize your routes. This diverse contract and also delivery setup means also for you, you have hundreds, maybe thousands of different processes, one or more processes per customer. So customer A requires a call to the management before you drive to the site. Then maybe maintenance requires a different work report than a break and fix visit. And also out of our support requires a picture documentation. So it's just some example. These requirements are really not too much to worry with the Fieldcode solution because our multi-layer capabilities, with them, you will be able to have a customized process. And this process is also very easily to be configured. And if you go along with configuring these requirements, you can also automate, majority of them. An example of an easy automation would be the process to keep the customer informed. Give your client the opportunity to schedule the maintenance visits by themselves through the Fieldcode customer portal. Then you also can send an automated email confirmation when an appointment is scheduled. You can also inform them automatically via an SMS when there's a delay, for example, when the engineer is stuck in traffic. And with having these manual tasks automated, you will also require less coordination efforts, plus you reduce the amount of mistakes, of course. Generally documentation is key, but unfortunately the documentation is not really like the most favorite hobby of every field service technician. So this is then where the Fieldcode Mobile App comes into place. The service reports will be moved from paper to digitalized, and also dependencies can be implemented, and they will help the engineer into filling just less fields, and also considering less forms, less fields. And also our digitalized document management will support you greatly with never losing a single report anymore. And as already mentioned, the HVAC industry is normally very season driven. So the field service needs to cope with those peaks. Here, our cooperation partners feature comes into place. You can automatically assign tickets to partners when they reach a threshold. Plus, with our weekly workload view, this is an analytic view, a report, you have a great overview over your workload and the workload of your dispatch groups. This weekly workload view is not the only great analytic tool we will equip you with. We have a lot of tailored reports, which will give you an overview around the current delivery and also any critical tickets. Plus, you can investigate your client's KPIs plus your internal KPIs on also a higher level. For example, productivity and utilization overview, SLA compliance, and also device analytics. Further, our forecasting features, these are additional reports, can then predict the amount of stuff and the amount of engineers you need for the next season and for the next year. Okay, so now let's have a closer look into our Fieldcode solution. Today, we want to demonstrate to you our Fieldcode mobile app. This is to showcase how your engineers are really guided through the day. Okay, but before we have a deeper dive into the FMA, let's have a brief look at the scheduling of jobs. Especially those jobs which have spare parts associated with, and those spare parts which are not directly sent to the engineer's home, but the customer location, where then an engineer needs to pick up a spare part at another location before driving to the client side. In our system, we call this PUDO, so pick up locations. And here we have a ticket with a spare part associated, which is interested to a PUDO location. When dispatching this ticket to the engineer's timeline, you can see that there is a PUDO visit scheduled as a separate item on the timeline, as well as the pickup is integrated within the engineer's route planning then on the map. This is now the view for the dispatcher or for the back office. And now let's have a closer look at our FMA. The Fieldcode Mobile App. The app is just available via the common app store, so Google Play and Apple App Store. And after you log in, this is what you see. These are the available menu options. In the settings, you can, for example, change when the app notifies you and when to receive a push notification. Then when going to my day section, I can start, pause, and end my workday. When going to the parts section, I can see that today I have 3 associated parts waiting me for get picked up. In the archive, I can have a look for past jobs performed. I can also have a look at these jobs. And in the appointment section, I can see all active future tickets. I can search also for content via the search bar and open then the details. Now, let's have a look on the details of our first job. So the first ticket for the morning. On the top level of this job, of this ticket, I'm seeing always, or I'm always guided through the process. And now I have 2 possible process steps visible, which is either to start driving to the site and communication, add an info. This add an info is always visible throughout the process. And now I want to scroll down to see the details. So you can see the ticket category is standard for this job, and the expected duration of the ticket is 30 minutes. When I then will scroll down, I can see that I have spare parts associated with the ticket, compressor. So also I can review the affected device details, such as the serial number. And following by, this is the section of the contact details, where you can find the ticket numbers and the job descriptions. And throughout the whole ticket process, I can add communication. Now we'll add a message to the dispatching informing that I'm late, so using voiceover. So I am 30 minutes late, stuck in traffic. And this will then be automatically set and can be acknowledged. And additional to that, and last but not least, I have my attachment section. There I can review any attached pictures or documents, manuals, and also add files or photos to the ticket. Okay, these were the details of the ticket. Now, let's have a look at our spare part and pickup location process. For today, in my timeline, you can see that I have 1 PUDO appointment in the morning, or put as the first row. And this appointment means that there is 1 location I need to visit before driving to my client's locations. So after confirming that I visited the PUDO, the pickup location, I can review the parts that I have been sent to the PUDO for confirmation. In case I have a long list of parts, I can also use the barcode scanner to search and to confirm the parts. And in our example, I will mark this part as received. And this step is really crucial for the following process. If the part would have not been received, it would not make sense to actually drive to the client's location. Okay. Now, I will navigate through the process. So I will confirm that I arrived on site first, then to start working on the ticket, and then to confirm the end of my ticket. And this workflow, which you see here, is customizable, and all the steps can be changed. And you can also have associated pop-ups. For example, after you start driving to the site, a reminder pops up that the engineer needs to call the client, or after confirming the arrival, to give the engineer the necessary instructions to access the site. We have an example here for such a pop-up. After wanting to report a ticket, the system will guide us first to report the associated parts. So the system will not allow us to close the job without doing so. Of course, it is also needed to report if I actually use the part. So in this case, I will confirm it as used, and I will also report what happened to the old part, so disposed. Now I'm moving to the actual work report. This work report is customizable, and it can differ per client, project, location, or ticket category. And I will enter here my driving time. I will add my working time. I will also check if I was successful with the job, and I will also add my note again with voiceover. So performance of the job using the maintenance protocol, for example. So now I will move to the checklist part, confirming the dedicated maintenance protocol steps and adding any used consumables, for example, the cooling agent. At the end of the report, I can add also the client signature. And after the report, or after the job is reported, it's then marked as done. And I will move from appointment to the archive view. So yeah, done with my first ticket, great. That was really the handling of one ticket in our Fieldcode mobile app. And many of our customers were able to automate and also to improve their processes using Fieldcode. And therefore, today also we wanted to share a success story with you of one of the leading HVAC providers in the UK. The account manager of this company, Becky, she was able to review after 1 year of using Fieldcode that Fieldcode has helped them to cope with the increased demand for their services, and also to improve the efficiency of the service network. And they could achieve exceptional service results, so they said, and keep their customers happy. And with that statement of Becky, we want to explain in more detail their business challenges, which are common HVAC business challenges, and also then the respective Fieldcode solution. So first is that our customer had really great growth rates. This was over 40% of growth in 1 year, and coping with that growth and also staying then flexible with the delivery support was one of their greatest challenges. So Fieldcode supported this challenge through automation. Clients were no longer called to schedule the appointments, but they were directly booking a slot. Plus, the back office had less efforts as the dispatching processes, they were almost completely automated. Their second big challenge was all their paperwork. They were still using paperwork or paper to report their tickets, and also their staff was confused when to use which paper form. And here our multi-layer dispatching made sure just the work reported, or just the work report which was needed for the actual ticket was visible. Plus, Finally, the work reports could be digitalized. So yeah, happy engineers, happy client. The third big challenge was especially for the management to keep an overview and to also monitor the services to make sure there's no critical tickets, and also for planning of the next month. So here Fieldcode Analytics provided them with all numbers they needed. Automated alerts made sure that critical tickets are being processed. Also workloads and backlogs were closely monitored with our reports, plus then dashboards showed the high level performance as well. For example, any internal KPIs such as productivity or external KPIs such as SLA compliance. So really a big time saver for management, but not only a big time saver for the management in monitoring the service, also the administrative effort in general was decreased through the automation. Yeah, through the automation, but also through the scheduling and the digitalized reporting. And now the administrative team of the HVAC supplier could really focus on the important and the difficult cases. Let me click to the next key benefit here. So with the delivery also, successes were celebrated through the improved diagnosis and also the clear spare part processes. Engineers only went on site when they had all the required parts. So with that, the first time fix rate could have been increased, improved, which also then had a direct impact to the customer satisfaction. Last but not least, our customer was able to increase the productivity of their field service staff by 30%, which was within 1 year of service. That also did reduce the cost of the operation, as then lesser freelance engineers were used in the delivery. So yeah, all of these successes in almost all areas of service, so administrative efforts, cost of service, service level agreements, and customer satisfaction. Okay. Yeah, I hope we were able to showcase you the great benefits in using the Fieldcode software for your operation, and especially for your HVAC operation. And in case you want to learn more around the success story and HVAC use case using Fieldcode, feel free to follow the link to download our use case. And now feel also very free to raise any questions you might have in the chat box. So on the right hand side, you will find the chat box. So now let me actually check if there is any questions. And we have already 3 questions in the chat box. So first one, I will mark here, is could you explain what a PUDO means? Yeah, that was abbreviation used in the presentation. What I'll try to explain basically is the words, or it's just the abbreviation, which should mean like a pickup point. So a dedicated area where you pick up your spare parts for the day, which is not a client location or your van stock, for example. Yeah, I hope this made it clearer. So let me mark the second one here. Is it possible to have different forms per client? And I think you might be referring to the reporting forms here on the FMA. So yes, Fieldcode has the multi-layer capability So we can have different forms with different fields, different questions, different checklists for different differentiators. So either if it's a customer name or project or location, or also a serial number or ticket category. So you can have a different form for a break and fix ticket than a maintenance ticket, and you can have a different form for customer A than customer B. So yes, simple answer is yes, it is possible. Okay, and then I see another one, which is, does FMA also function when there is no network? So yes, FMA, this is our FMA is basically an app which you can download, and with that you actually don't need to be connected in order for the app to work. So for example, in the morning you can go online on the FMA, you are at your Wi-Fi, you can download all of your jobs, and then when you are on the road, you can still open those jobs and those tickets, work on them, also report them, even if you don't have a signal. Yeah. Okay. Currently, I don't see any other questions in the chat. So in the meanwhile, feel free to raise them in the chat box. And if not, you, of course, feel free after this webinar to get in touch with us. Or if you are now interested into our solution, you can also jump right into it and create an account today. So the account is free, and the account is free for up to 10 users without any time limitation. And also almost all features are actually included into our free account. So get into it, create an account now, and you can use Fieldcode immediately to improve your service operation. In case you want to learn more first, or you want to discuss a requirement, you can follow the link to book a personalized demo with us today on our website. And we would really love to speak to you. We very much look forward learning around your business and your use cases, and discuss the requirements. And of course, then the Fieldcode solution. Okay, awesome. Then, yeah, I very much thank you today for your attendance. We value your time, and thanks again. Have a great rest of the day, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.